What's up, everybody? This is your boy, Kanal, aka Black Man Travels. Welcome to late night discussion. Didn't feel like falling asleep, so I had a busy week. So I felt like, you know what, hey, why not create a video to address all the foolery that's been going on in this space? Where allegedly, now you have to say allegedly, there's been a huge wave of passport bros claiming Colombia is unsafe to travel. And they pretty much have stirred up a lot of false narratives. I mean, yes, there's some things that's happening currently in Medellin, but it's only in certain parts of Medellin. And people fail to realize how big Colombia is. Colombia is geographically is the same size as Texas. Almost the same, literally inches size to Texas. Colombia has multiple states and provinces and cities and towns that you could actually go and visit. But obviously, it seems like people tend to be stuck on stupid on two places. And these two places are not a city. These are like neighborhoods. Right now, everyone knows that what's been going on in Medellin has been picking up for some strange reason since the pandemic. But there are other areas where you could actually explore within Medellin. Similar to Cartagena, there's so many other areas where you could go and have a great time if you're out there for the weekend. And guys, if you are planning to take a trip to Cartagena, Colombia, I only recommend that you go Thursday to Monday. Anything beyond those days is a dead kill. Cartagena is a weekend city. It's not exploring. I mean, yes, you could explore if you're there for like 7 days, but plan out your exploring, because once you travel outside of the Cartagena main city, each area takes about an hour to 2 hours to get there. So always keep that in mind. But going back to like the two places that most of these passport bros tend to negatively speak on are neighborhoods within a city. And they fail to realize that that's why I always question guys who consider themselves Colombian expert after one trip to one city. If you have not traveled all across the city, better yet, outside the state, the region, or across the country, sorry, you're not an expert. You're just not. Or one trip to Medellin, hanging out in pocket areas, it doesn't make you an expert. Two trips to Cartagena, hanging out the clock tower, going to Club Delirium, does not make you an expert of that country. And so that's something I want to do today. Again, this is just to address a lot of the fear mongering that's been going on and across Colombia. Yes, there's been some murders, some drugging, some stabbings, and other things that you'll find in American City. But somehow, a segment of travelers just prefer to just continue to harbor on Colombia situation, not even Colombia, Medellin. And I guess that, by creating this fear, people could reach out to them to get more information. But guys, a lot of the information you want to know about Colombia is actually online. You could just Google search the topic or whatever category you want to look into. You can learn as much as possible online, but until you get there. So again, I just want to talk about Colombia and this whole false narrative that's being constantly being pushed for views. How unsafe Colombia is. Really, they tend to speak about one particular area, which is pocket areas in Medellin. I really want to talk about the beauty and the experience that I've had over 8 years. Over 8 years traveling to Colombia, and I've been to 6 cities in Colombia. So I'm speaking from an expert point of view, not from a one trip to Paquileres or to the clock tower, and you consider yourself an expert. So again, I'm going to just share some things. And recently, I'm going to talk about my recent trip to Cali, Colombia for the Afro-Colombian festivals. I think it was called the Puccino Alvarez Festival. This is a week-long, 10 days celebration of Afro-Colombia in Cali, or Afro-Colombia across the country. So I had a great experience going there. I was there not last month. Whoa, wow. 2 months ago. I was there in August with some friends. We went out there to enjoy the culture, shoot some content. One of my boys, Bacchus, had a photo shoot out there, which I'm going to be sharing with you guys. I'm going to share you guys my receipts. Again, I'm not one of these guys out here who have all this experience, but yet never show any footage or never show any receipts. I'm not one of these content creators or blogger or traveler. I actually want to share my experiences with you so you could actually see how I travel, but also too how you should travel. I've been in this space for quite a while, and I've seen and heard a lot of the foolishness that goes on. And I'm going to go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Did the country of Colombia got worse for travelers? Or did travelers forgot how to read the room, how to read body language, how to keep their head on the swivel? That's the true elephant in the room. Has the country really got bad, or has the country has always been the way it is? Just now you're being exposed to it because you drew so much attention towards you. Again, this is gonna be an open conversation. I'm gonna drop the line. I'm gonna drop the line so you guys can join the conversation. But this is my experience across Colombia since 2015 until last year. I just went to the Cali Festival, and I'm gonna give you my take. I'm not one of these guys that just been there one time, head to Paquileres, and now they're an expert, or they've been to the clock tower and hang out at Delirium. They're an expert. No, I'm gonna give you the real deal as far as like what my experience have been traveling there, and just again the good, the bad, and the ugly, which I didn't experience any ugly while I was down there. So let's go ahead and there were the case. But before I start doing that, guys, if you have not checked out my website, second. Yeah, guys, if you have not checked out my website, I am Black Man Travels. I am a world traveler at that. I've been to over 40 countries since I was 18. And I started blogging a lot of my experiences just to give people my perspective on traveling from health to relationship and business. So I created a website, guys. I do have a YouTube channel. If you have not seen my YouTube channel, make sure you go out there and subscribe to Black Man Travels. It's Black Man's Travels. And I have, how many videos have I produced so far? Wow, I produced 341 videos since I started about 2 years ago. And guys, I never took this thing serious. And I wish I did. Imagine me back in 2015 doing all this travel content and never knowing that this is going to blow up the way it did. So imagine if I was capturing content because I was doing some photography and I was doing some video back in 2015. Imagine if I would have started a YouTube career in 2015 to now in the travel space. I probably would have been one of the first Black travelers to showcase his content. But I don't know. It would have been a great opportunity. I'll say that. But anyway, guys, if you guys have not been to my YouTube channel or you have not subscribed, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Guys, you know, I am a traveler, I'm a blogger, I'm a father, I'm a husband, you know, and I like to share my experience with you guys. I have a lot of great content on my website. This is true travel content. This is not someone talking from a couch or, you know, no, this is inside joke. I travel, I share my experiences, and I want to show the world based on what I see in my travels. So guys, check out my website and YouTube channel for all the latest content. And again, I do have tons of Cali, Colombia content that I need to produce and upload. I'll be doing that soon now that I have some time in my hands. So I'll be taking care of that. So again, going back to my website, I'm Black Man. Definitely. This is all thing travel. You can see some of the pictures from various travelers. Shout out to Fearless. Shout out to Bacchus. You know, these are world travelers as well that's going out there living their best lives. And also, too, some of my previous videos that I had around traveling. Again, these are actual receipts of me exploring, doing activities, and so forth, guys. Check it out, YouTube channel and blackmantravels.com website. So, before we start, I wanted to know, like, within a raise of hand in the comment section, how many people have been to more than one city in Colombia? Let's start with that first question. How many cities have you gone besides one city in Colombia? Well, for me, I've been to 7 cities. Oh wow, Fearless got 6 cities. Okay. I've been to 7. Oh, J. Clyde got 5 cities. Okay. Now, guys, these are bona fide travelers. Shout out to it's J. Clyde and shout out to Fearless Podcast. These are bona fide travelers who go out there and actually travel. So they too have websites, and go out there, check out the website, man. They're giving you guys real tips and tricks how to maneuver in these countries, and particularly in Colombia. And you guys could get a lot of gem out there. Passport Blueprint 0. Hey, man. Look, Cali, Colombia is right down the street from you. Just take a short weekend trip and go out there and have a good time. But before you go, to speak to me first, guy. I want to make sure that you're squared away. Are you missing San Andreas? Okay. Yeah, I have not been there. I've heard of it, but I have not been there. Okay, Jay Class said he's been to San Andreas. Yeah, I'm hearing that San Andreas is a place you take your girl with you. It's not a place you want to go as a single man. Guys, pay attention to what cities you go to, because if you're going with expectation to do something and it's in the wrong city, you just did fail preparing. You didn't prepare for that trip accordingly. Anyways, but we're gonna go ahead and talk about Colombian, but also to address this whole thing that Colombia being unsafe, simply because most of the travelers are going to Medellin, and if they are going to Medellin, they're going to El Poblado, and within El Poblado, there's a park called Paquileres, and that's most of the activity is happening within the city of Medellin. Now, granted, there's other stratosphere areas where you could go and you could get hurt, but we're talking about mainly the tourist areas where most of travelers will go in Colombia. Most of them in Medellin, they'll go to El Poblado. They will stay there. If you're going to Cartagena, you're more than likely in Boca Grande or in the old city. And if you go to Bogota, you'll probably be in this Zona T area. So these like key areas where people will go in each of those cities, and you could go there as a tourist, but certain cities are more or less tourist than others. Like for instance, if you were to go outside of the Medellin and Cartagena, lesser cities are known for tourists. Even though Bogota is one of their main city hubs, they're not known to get a lot of American tourists there. So if you do see another American there, it's probably doing some type of glamping or camping experience up there in the mountain area. So that could be it. Now, I want to share a recent trip that I took to Cali, Colombia. I've been talking about this for quite some time. In August, me and a few guys decided to go to Cali, Colombia. I was hosting an event out there, and we wanted to attend the Afro Colombian Festival, which is called the Puccino Alvarez. All right, here it is right here. So this is the festival we decided, we wanted to go to and check out. This is an Afro Colombian festival, Afro Colombian history, culture, food, dance, attire. If you have not experienced Cali, Colombia, I would say the best time to go to Cali, Colombia is during this festival. For someone who never been to Cali, Colombia, someone who's not a researcher, like taking the time to figure out what areas to go to, I would say the best time to go to Cali, Colombia is probably one of the safest time as well. If you're, pushing these fear mongering, is during the Afro Colombian Festival. That's probably the best time you want to go. Everything's happening. The city's alive. You just have a guaranteed good time. And I'm planning to host an annual trip next year back to this Colombian festival, so I could introduce more men into this space. I think a lot of you guys are being cheated from having a true traveling experience where you're learning something different compared, beyond the ads and tits and clubs. But there's a lot of stuff you could get from these trips. And I think, to one who's curious to go to Cali, Colombia, this would be the best time to go during this week or weekend festival. And you're guaranteed to have a good time. You get the opportunity to experience the Afro side of Colombia. Now we went to this, we went to this event, and we were there for Thursday to Monday, 4 days. And we had a great time, and we had the opportunity to go out there and see. Again, this is what the event looks like. Had a good time to go into the street festivals. We were able to go to the concerts and see everything. And when you think of Cali, Colombia, you don't really think you'll see a variety of different people. Medellin has the that paisa look. Each city has their own unique look, certain things, but you could see a lot of variety of different races within Colombia. You'll see all different type of mixing, but also too you'll see a lot of Afro Colombians. A lot of people don't realize that Colombia has the second largest black population in South America. The first country having the largest black population is Brazil, but Colombia comes second. Also, too, Colombia has a very rich African history because they embrace it. They have not been whitewashed or stripped away from their culture. They really kept a lot of their culture and mixed it with other cultures within Colombia. So when you go to this festival, you're going to see all types of people just vibing, having a good time, and you'll see a lot of black and white Colombians together, couples. That's something that we saw a lot. You'll see more of the natives. You'll see the natives out there. There's different tribes of the native people in Colombia, but you'll see them here in Cali. And it's just a lot of the embracing of black culture of Colombia. And it's just like, if you really want to ever experience Colombia for what it is, this is the best time to go as a first-time traveler to Colombia. And one thing that I have to tell you that Colombia, the African culture is really strong there, and they embrace it. They embrace it and embrace it. Like some places they kind of like wishy-washy about it, but here they actually still take pride in wearing their old garments. And this festival is morning to night. Like when I mean night, two in the morning type of night. And again, you'll see a lot of beautiful women out there. I'll tell you that. So the Cali, this whole notion that sorry, not Cali, Colombia, that is not safe. It all boils down to who you are, where you going, and what are you observing. A lot of guys is going that traveling to Medellin or to Cartagena, they got one thing in mind, which is I don't want to say it, but it is what it is. When you walk around with this thirsty look on your face, that just being overly anxious to see or do something, you become a target. If you go to a place where you want to be loud and want to be seen, you want to wear your jewelry while on the phone walking around, you're going to be a target. And obviously, there's been a memo that actually went out that says that, hey, American guys are going to Medellin for one thing. So guess what? You don't think they're setting up? They're using the opposite sex as a form of decoy. So that's something you need to take in mind, man. It's like now everyone knows where a lot of these tourists are hanging out. Before it was so under the radar, but now everyone knows there's certain key areas where most of the male tourists would go, and everyone knows that. And you guys are being observed from the person sitting in the corner, the motor concho, to the bartender, to the security guard. Man, everyone is watching you, and don't ever think that not one of them will not take advantage of you, which that's been the case for like all this year. So when you travel and you go into the same watering hole where most of this activity is being happened, if you know everyone's getting robbed and killed and stabbed or whatever in one particular area, you think you would try to avoid not going there. But no, we have a lot of people walk around ignorant. We have a lot of people that travel for their trips and don't even research. They don't even research the area where they're staying. So you go there blindly thinking that you're going to get the same experience as this YouTuber had in Colombia. And you're not, because you didn't do your proper research. You didn't understand what needed to be done. You didn't take the proper financial responsibility of making sure you have extra money in case something happens to you. No. So a lot of people will go to Medellin or Cartagena not planning for their travel experience, but then come back ill talk about the country based on their poor planning. So yeah, for me, traveling to Medellin since 2015, each time that I've been there, I had a great time. I mean, I've been brought my girl with me one time to Medellin. We had a great time out there. Cartagena, never had an issue in Cartagena. I experienced Hollywood Beach one time, and I noticed that the guy overcharged me. I kept a mental note about that. And guess what? I never went back to that place. So while I'm talking, I'm going to share, some experiences of Colombia. But before we do that, I want to take the time to acknowledge my boy Bacchus. He's one of the guys that helped plan this Cali trip. And without him, I think a lot of the logistics would not have been planned, would have been experienced. So shout out to you, Bacchus, man. You are one of the pioneers in this travel space. Even though no one doesn't know you, we know that we do your thing. And also, too, guys, make sure to check out Bacchus' website. He is a traveling photographer. He's been to multiple countries and have done photo shoots all over these places. So, guys, if you haven't checked out BacchusFleury.com, make sure to check him out and put his website on the chat. Yeah, make sure to check his website, man. This guy's a bona fide photographer who's been around and seen a lot of great things. So definitely explore some of his content. So now, and speaking of his photo shoots, we actually did a photo shoot in Cali, Colombia. And within that photo shoot, I got some content here. Let me go back on here. Okay, let's stop here. So when we hosted this photo shoot, this is Bacchus doing. He actually hired Afro-Colombian models to do a photo shoot, and he had a certain going for. And the look he was going for that versatile look, different shape, different sizes, different skin tone. and we were able to pull that off and get that Afro Colombian experience while in Cali, Colombia. So I'm just gonna go through some of the pictures. This is our boy right here, Carlos. Guys, if you're looking for a tour guide in Cartagena, definitely reach out to my boy Carlos. I'll definitely drop his channel. He does has a YouTube channel on the comment section. If you need anything Cartagena, man, this dude will take care of you, man. And he actually came down with us to Cali, Colombia, to be our our local speaker. So certain things that we couldn't understand or say, he'll handle. He pretty much handle all of the linguistic part of Colombia. Bacchus handled the logistics. Carlos handled the linguistic side of our travel experience, and I was more the director, just making sure everything, not director, but the project manager, making sure everything was moving smoothly. So we had a photo shoot in Cali, Colombia, and these are some of the girls. Here's my boy Bacchus. Hear me, I'm doing the video content while Bacchus is doing the photography. So we had a photo shoot at our place. We had a nice place. It was a 4-bedroom house with a pool, private pool area, a sun deck area, and we wanted to host a photo shoot and take it from there. So maybe this is some of our video content. Me just, again, because my main job was to capture video content. So I was using my GoPro, I was using my pocket, and I had my Meta glasses. So again, we all working, man. This is not a thirst trap. Everyone is just having a good time, taking it easy. And this is one of 7 models that came to the photo shoot and had a great time, and it was a great experience, man. And of course, Bacchus is, he has a makeup artist. She was there to make sure that all the girls had the proper makeup. So again, we brought the experience to us there in Cali by Bacchus mainly hosting a photo shoot there. And from there, we will ask them, hey, where to go? We went to the festival, then we went to the nightclubs and everything else. So again, this is just some of the content. And again, here's some of the models again. He wanted that Afro Colombian look. Some guys, they go to Colombia, they stay away from the Afro Colombians. But Bacchus wanted to actually capture a certain look for this weekend, knowing that it was the Afro Colombian Festival. We took some pictures. Man, it was good times. We're there doing the photo shoot. Bacchus doing his thing. I'm doing my thing as well. So we're all working. And one of the great things about it, they were playing a lot of their Afro-Colombian music. It was a different type of music. It was kind of like reggaeton, but they had their own artists. And they were playing some of their old school Colombian music as well. They were really big on that. I guess for that weekend, they wanted to capture that. But it was a great time. Again, this is the photo shoot. We're all working. Literally, we're all working because while you traveling, you might as well get some content out of it. So again, we're there for 4 days. This is day 2. We're doing a photo shoot. We wanted to support Bacchus with his planning, doing the photography. So we were there to get some work done. And after the photography, we decided to go out and have a good time. So let me get certain points in certain areas. So again, it was a long day, but we took some great pictures, man. We had some opportunity to really capture Afro-Colombians, which people tend not to see when they go to Colombia, not too often. If they're only going to Bogota, Medellin, you're not going to see too many Afro-Colombians, but compared to if you were to go to the coast, like Buenaventura, Cartagena, Barranquilla, Chocó, those areas tend to have more Afro-Colombians, and you can really get a feel for it. So again, I just recently got back from Colombia. I didn't feel unsafe. I didn't feel any threat to my life. And but yet, what I'm seeing in these algorithms is that Colombia is not safe. Colombian, is all these negative things, and it's like, you know what? At the end of the day, we got to take accountability for some of our mess ups and our poor choices when we go out to these travels. I say if you plan to go to Colombia for the first time, stick to the main cities like the Medellin and the Cartagena. Make sure you stay in a place where there's safety, there's security, there's a camera, and put your things away. And also, too, don't be overly anxious to party so hard in these tourist cities because everyone's looking at you and they're waiting for you to slip up. So again, this is some back to the photo and shoot that we did. It was a very long day, but we had a great time doing it. We spoke, chilled, had some drinks, and Bacchus was able to get some amazing footage, man. I'm still waiting for him to process those pictures, but he did his thing, taking pictures and doing all the editing. Yeah, so we did all the photo shoot here. See, and we did the water shoot. Again, this is when people like see these pictures, they say, "Hey, this looks like Brazil." No, this is Colombia. This is Colombia that people don't see, that don't know, that never get the chance to experience. But after the pool party, we decided to all go to Hooters. We had a meetup there, and that meetup we actually had a few brothers and in the city. So we actually met up at the Hooters Chicken Club. Here you see your Fly Boy, you see King of Dreams, you see Carlos, you see on way back there. You got Mace. We all met up at Hooters, and after Hooters, we decided, you know what? Hey, it's time to go out and party, and that's what we did. So, hold up. So we went to a party, went to a nightclub out in certain parts of I forgot the name. I think it was Granada or something outside of Granada, Cali. We went there and had a good time. We bought out the VIP section. All the guys that were there with me, we decided, hey, you know what, it's just cheaper to just get the whole section. So we did, and we just had a great time, man. We invited the ladies to come hang out with us, and that's what they did. And it's just like it was a good time, and just being able to just go out there and see how people party, man. The guy that was on the stage there was he was pretending to be Bad Bunny. So they're playing all his songs while he's acting like Bad Bunny. So yeah, it was kind of weird, but it was kind of entertaining at the same time. I want to see. So, brothers out there having a good time, hanging out with us. Again, this is Cali, Colombia. I don't know why this movie's slow today. But you can see one of the brothers there. We all hung out and had a good time, man. Just out, enjoying what Cali has to offer. But again, if you let what you're hearing in these Passport Bros streets or these Blue Book Gentlemen streets or these travel Pookie Ray Rays tell you it's unsafe. No, guys, there's so many places and things you could do, festivals, events that you could go to experience Colombia. You don't have to go to the same watering hole that's been millions of people have been going to. You don't need to do that. Sometimes it's good to just explore another city. And again, what's the whole point of you travel? You want to party, you want to have a good time. You could do that in other cities. But the question is, are you doing your research before going? So after clubbing and partying with the ladies and everything else, we decided to go to the festival. This is the Afro Colombian Festival. This is This festival is so huge, man. And the thing is, during this time, Cali is super hot. It's muggy. Make sure you got your sweat rag. Make sure you drink a lot of water from the night after, man, because it's really hot there. And again, this is the festival. I mean, this festival is really huge. You like it covers a whole stadium, and you're literally walking around the stadium while also going inside the stadium to see the concerts. So you're going to see a lot of diversity here in Cali, Colombia. You're going to see it. I mean, again, I know people tend to promote Medellin, now they call it Medi, you know, or Cartagena. Yeah, those are two great cities to visit. But if you really want to experience Colombian culture, especially the Afro-Colombian culture, you got to go to Cali. Cali's the spot. Cali has the best salsa, the best food. I had food in Cartagena. I was not impressed. The food in Medellin and Bogota is blend. But if you're going to Cali, you're going to have some great food. Because again, these are the Afro-Colombian that's cooking that stuff, man. And yeah. And one thing I love about this, man, during this festival is that you seen white, mestizo Colombians. You see the Blanca Colombians. You seen the Negros. You seen the Mulattoes. Everyone coming together and celebrating this culture. Like it's one of these good feeling that you see the Afro Colombians walk around with their head up high, with their afros, with their dreads, wearing their dashiki. You literally see that in Cali for that weekend. Now, outside of that weekend, they probably, wear their Jordans and anything else. But man, if you want to experience the culture side of Colombia, I would say go to Cali. And if you do go to Cali, this is probably the best time to go is during the Afro-Colombian Festival, the Alvarez Patrino Festival, I believe. Let's Spanish speak. Hey, forgive me if I'm butchering the name a little bit. Oh, shot fire. Tell them to stay in pocket areas. Don't ruin Cali, you damn passport. Hey, I mean, well, that's a good question. Is Medellin ruined? Is Cartagena ruined? Has the passport bros ruined these two cities? And are they planning to spread their uh, locust? Hey, I'm just talking shit, guys. Are they going to spread their influence to these other cities? I'm a strong believer that every man should go out there and experience it. Even the Pookies and Ray Rays, the Passport Bros, the Blue Book Gentlemen. A man with a passport should go out there and experience Cali. Just to get the true, real experience of what Colombia is, man. And Cali is not a tourist city. They don't accommodate the tourists. This is the main city. There are no beaches in Cali. There's a waterfall, but there's no beaches. If you're looking for a place like a Populares or something like the Clock Tower in Cali, you're not going to find that in Cali. Everything's super spread out. If you want to go to a club, you probably go across the city to hit to one club to go to another club. The place is very spread out. There's sections of Cali, Colombia where you want to go and party. And there are sections where you don't want to go. Like literally, you don't want to go there. So, again, this is probably one of the best time to go. But again, if you continue to listen to what you see on YouTube, yeah, it's gonna be scary for you to go to Cali, to go to Colombia because they're pushing fear. But also too, they're promoting the same places to go and party. I say reach out to the your fearless. Reach out to your rolling, reach out to your QB passport. Reach out to me. If you want to know how these cities operate in Colombia, I can tell you how they operate and what to do and what not to do. And it's probably cheaper than a consultation. But hey, if you're willing to come and talk to me, I'll tell you for a price. But mine would probably be the cheapest one because I need the money. But anyways, guys, this whole thing about Colombia being, not safe, is ruined. That's bullshit. Colombia is a vast, beautiful country, and I have to say I enjoyed my time there. And I'm going to share some of my travel experience while in Colombia while speaking to you guys. This one here is my trip to Guadalupe. I hope this stuff is not slow. Yeah, this is a trip I took out to Guadalupe. The experience is where I took my girl, and we had the opportunity to experience Colombia for what it is. This is Guadalupe area. We're outside of it. This is the resort that I was staying in, and it was an amazing experience, guys. It was a great experience. If you ever thinking about doing any type of glamping experience in Colombia, Colombia is one of the best places to do it. That I think they have glamping experience in Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, Brazil. But if you really want to do an introduction to a glamping experience, like let's say you have a special someone, check out Colombia. And there's a place called Bosco in Guadalupe. This is where I stayed at for my glamping experience. I highly recommend it, man. Take this, this is the type of trip I recommend someone who has a special interest and you want to do something romantic. Take this trip to Medellin. Take that 2 hour bus ride or taxi ride to the Guadalupe area, and you get the opportunity to experience this. It's definitely worth the experience, guys. And again, this is outside of Medellin. This is outside El Poblado, outside of Paquileres. You got to put some time and effort into like you creating the experiences that you want to have. Always remember that. Now, going to Cartagena, again, there's so many things that you could do in Cartagena. You don't need to focus yourselves into, you know, getting drunk and high, at the clock tower and delirium. So you sleeping in all day, guys. There's amazing areas outside of Cartagena where you can experience Cartagena. This is one of them. I did a mud uh, a volcano mud bath in Cartagena. This is about almost 2 hours away as well, or maybe an hour and a half away from Cartagena. Definitely, I recommend that if you are in Cartagena, experience this mud volcano experience, and you won't forget it. I think I did this back in 2001. And it's 2001 when I did this during the pandemic, and we got the chance to really experience the volcano mud, and you could easily experience this outside of Cartagena. Reach out to Carlos; he'll take care of the arrangements, and you'll be able to experience something that you never experienced before. And while you're in Cartagena, I know everyone. I know everyone loves to go to Bora Bora. I mean, not Bora Bora, Hollywood Beach, because that's easy access. You can literally walk to Hollywood Beach from where you're staying. Hollywood Beach is in Boca Grande, and this is where people go just sit on the beach. No one's not swimming because the water's dirty. Not dirty, but it's dark. Um, this is where a lot of guys go for connections. And it's really nothing beyond that. Is nothing to see. You're gonna pay high prices for the food and drinks because they know that you're there for that particular reason. But again, you're on vacation. But if you're looking for that beach experience, you will have to do the private islands. And one of the private islands that I did was Bora Bora Beach Club. This was my experience there, and I had a great time. I'll do it again. If I were to go back to Cartagena, I would definitely do it. Definitely do the Bora Bora Beach Club. It's worth every penny. I think we paid about $110 for the beach day pass, which included a meal, and we brought drinks. We brought bottles, so we were able to actually do the photo shoot out there as well. Shout out to my boy Bacchus, and shout out to ORD. He was out there with us with his wife, and we were able to actually do a lot of content there, man. So again, you get the Buccaneers. Um, yeah, you get the chance to experience other parts of Cartagena versus Hollywood Beach. Better doing a more, exclusive beach area. There's the five islands, and I forgot the name of the place where all the boats kind of come together, and you could just get off and just eat some lobster and be in the water. But if you want something like this, something more low key, you still get the chance to party and have a great time, I recommend Bora Bora Beach Club. Now, again, if you're in Cartagena, you could actually go to a the one of the first black. Actually, I think this is the first black town, free black town in Colombia in the world, I believe. Uh, I recommend that you go to Palenque. Again, you're still in Cartagena. You can still have a great time, but during the daytime, man, do some day trips. Go to the first black free town in the Americas and experience Palenque for what it is, man. It's an amazing experience. You learn a lot of culture. You get the chance to eat the local food out there in this particular region, and you realize how proud they are about their culture. They may not have a lot, but man, they have pride and they have history. And all you see is us. Like literally, you could blend in. I think these are the places where, like, I'm gonna tell you this: as a black man, if you're traveling to Colombia, there's certain parts in Colombia and certain cities, you will blend in. They'll think that you're local. Before you even open your mouth, they'll probably assume that you're local. Now, your your demeanor, the way you walk and talk, or not even talk, the way you walk or the way you carry yourself may, they probably assume that you're not from that particular region. But if you were to just walk around Cali, Colombia, Buenaventura, Chocó, and there's other cities, you'll literally blend in with the locals, like literally. And again, guys, this is safe things you could do in Colombia. You don't have to just be stuck in one particular area. But again, if you listen to the folks out there, Cali is not. I mean, not Cali. Colombia is not safe. But yet, you have tons of millions of people traveling to Colombia, and at least 98% of the tourists that's traveling to Colombia, they're not getting mugged, robbed, or killed. That percentage is a very small percentage. I mean, rest in peace to all the men who lost their lives or tourists that lost their lives. Rest in peace. That's the chance we take whenever we travel. Make sure while traveling you get your insurance in case if anything were to happen to you, you're taken care of financially, and worst case scenario. So keep that in mind. And again, going to Colombia, you don't have to, like. I remember there used to be a lot of guys used to tell other guys, if you're going to these countries, get a place for $25 a day. Like, I would never in hell will travel to a destination and pay $25 a day for lounging. Lounging, guys. There are guys promoting this across different YouTube, Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups, telling guys if you're in Colombia, you should not pay more than $25 for a day and where you stay. I totally disagree with that bullshit. Me personally, if I'm going to rest my head at at a strange location, I'm going to pay for security and I'm going to pay for comfort. Guys, we all work hard for a reason. We all taking time off to take these trips. Enjoy your money. Don't put yourself in a position where you put yourself in an unsafe area where where people could literally take advantage of you because you decided because you wanted to be cheap. Invest in a good place and where you're staying in these countries, guys. Don't be stupid and just like go ahead and go for that cheapest room somewhere in Stratus 6 or Stratus 5, 4, 2, or 1. I don't know. Different strikes has different meanings. Don't do that, guys. And also, too, before you book a place out of a hotel or Airbnb, make sure you Google map the area. Like, yes, the place may say Upper Blada, but you don't know what part of Upper Blada you're in. So make sure you Google map it. Now with the latest web browser tools, you could probably drill down to the exact door at some of these facilities that you're staying in. So make sure where you're staying at has security. There's camera 24/7, and it's in a safe area, guys. Don't put yourself in a situation where something bad could easily happen to you. Yeah. So yeah, that was my whole argument about this whole thing about Colombia being unsafe, and I just feel that fellas explore the different parts of Colombia and see what it has to offer. And before you listen to any expert that's been there one time or just go to one particular area, ask some really tough questions, man. Like really ask the question, like what's to do during the daytime. If they can't tell you what to do during the daytime, all they know is to go to a nightclub. Man, listen, you got to find someone else to get that information. But if that's what you're looking for, man, more power to you. Oh, it's Clyde. Okay, I've heard about that place. That was very. I think this one's more higher end than Bora Bora Beach Club. So yeah, and that's the thing too, guys. If you're gonna spend money, you're not gonna see a lot of us in certain areas. I mean, when I say us travelers, like from Medellin to Bogota to Cali to Cartagena, if you want to spend a little more, you guarantee not to see certain people. So again, Colombia is a safe city. It's a safe city. Don't believe the hype. I mean, believe the hype because people are being killed. Uh, just be smart in how you travel. Be very smart about that, and also know that, man, you got to protect yourself while you traveling, having a good time. Always watch your six. Always, plan accordingly. Make sure your loved ones know where you're staying, and make right choices. I'm not gonna promise you're not gonna get robbed, stabbed, killed, or dragged for your kidneys. I don't know, but I say that if you take the proper caution, you won't be able to have you'll avoid certain situations. And again, if you're thinking about going to Cali, Colombia, I would say the best time to go is next year in August during the Afro Colombian Festival. I think that's just hands down the best time to go as a first time traveler to Cali, Colombia. So yeah, Colombia is safe, guys. Go ahead and make that trip. It's worth every penny, and just be smart in how you maneuver. With that being said, guys, we wanted to have a short live stream for tonight. And if you have any questions, man, feel free to reach out to me on blackmantravels.com, or you could reach out to me on this live stream. Just send me a comment and I'll respond back to you. Until then, guys, I appreciate it like always, and I hope all is well. Guys, be easy. Later.